The definition of accountability is the fact or condition of being accountable, i.e. responsible. Today's topic is going to be linked to the previous one. We're going to be carrying on this sort of genre of, maintaining consistency, why you should maintain it, how you can maintain it, and this links in very well with accountability and more importantly, self-accountability. So now we know the definition of accountability, in other words, responsibility. What is it to be accountable? What is it to have responsibility, right? When we're growing up in life, as children, you have no responsibilities. You don't know, from between the ages of, let's say, 0 and 10, you are growing as an individual, growing, your whole body's growing, you're still an infant in the eyes of the law, in the eyes of the world, and in the eyes of biology, right? And so your responsibilities are quite small. Most cultures go to school around the age of 5. And that's the responsibility you have as a child. All you have to be responsible for is getting to school on time and doing, homework, and slowly building up from the age of 5, where homework and the pressures of school are quite minute compared to when you get to the age of, let's say, 16, where you're still considered not an adult, you're still a child. But the difference is your responsibilities have grown. This may be through part-time jobs, which is another responsibility, as well as school, or this could be through family things, family reasons at home. You have to be more responsible in the house. I think we lose a sense of accountability, or we lose a sense of wanting to be accountable for our actions because of the way we were taught in school. We were taught when something's wrong, let's say, for example, in an exam, we get told that's wrong. However, this repetition over time, let's say someone's not doing too well academically. Not everyone's meant for, academia. I think academia at the moment is very outdated. I think there's a lot of things that can be improved. So let's say, a student isn't very academic. What has happened in their brain is they've been conditioned to now think that not only is being wrong bad, but it's led to a decrease in questioning why. So some people get pushed away due to the fear of, being wrong, and it's led to a decrease in them asking themselves, how can I be better? They've been told, oh, fail, fail, fail. This has now been instilled in their brain of being scared to try new things. So when they leave school at the age of 16, maybe go to, further education, now they're a little bit apprehensive of trying new things because all the things they've been forced to try in school, they've been wrong with, they've been bad at, and they've been taught that's wrong. However, the reason why this ties in with accountability is you need to be wrong in something to take accountability for it, right? Let's go back to these examples. I've done bad in the test. I need to take responsibility because no one else did that test. I did the test. I did the work for that test. It's no one else's fault but mine. See, that's me taking responsibility, being accountable for my actions through that test. Where some people are so pushed down negatively in school, where they have to relearn or even teach themselves how to be accountable through life. This links in with the psychology of positive reinforcement, negative reinforcement, right? So in schools, we have negative reinforcement through these tests. And through positive reinforcement, we obviously have good grades, getting praise from the teachers to reestablish this good behavior over and over again. But the problem is, it's easy to be accountable for something you've done good, right? But where real accountability responsibility comes in is actually owning up to a mistake, putting your hand up and being like, right, I did this wrong, not shying away from it, but asking yourself, how can I improve from this mistake? Because it's the mistakes that actually help you become better, not the things you did right. It's actually the things you did wrong. The things that did right, yeah, they just reconfirm what you already knew. Cool. You can't improve on a test you've done 100% on. You can improve on a test you've done 80% on, but not 100%. 100% is 100%, right? Some people may argue, you can be a perfectionist here and there, tweak things. But if it's a test, 100%, what can you improve? So linking back to the past videos and being consistent and why it's important and how we can start being consistent, you need to be accountable for your actions to find out where you're not being consistent and where you can improve on. It's the first step of, consistency, like I said, making your bed in the morning. But if you can't locate areas in your life where you're not doing as well as you could be because you're not holding yourself accountable for your actions in certain parts of life, how are you going to improve? It's impossible. You have to have a high level of self accountability to be able to improve in life. There's no teachers anymore. That's the thing we had in school. We had people telling us we did something wrong. We have people at work telling you to do something wrong. But what happens when you get home? What happens when you have things that you want to do whether that be, you know, like I said before, the same examples, learning an instrument, learning languages, health, but you sit down and you watch Netflix for 4 hours. Where's the self-respect? Where's the self-accountability for keeping yourself in check with what you want to do? You just sit down and become lazy and you forget to respect yourself. So this is why I think it's vital to make sure you do hold yourself accountable, not only for your actions in at work, at school, etc., but also in all aspects of life, because this is how you maintain this consistency that I was talking about before, which will help you see and feel more positives in life. You'll feel you've achieved stuff, you feel more motivated, your brain's more active, and it's not just being sat idle like a car just turned on and left. It's being used, it's being driven around, whether it's through instruments, whether it's through, you know, languages, whether it's through reading, whether it's through anything to engage your brain and keep you active. This accountability goes a long way. And like I said, it goes hand in hand with consistency. And a lot of these words that I'm saying from the past couple of videos will go hand in hand. It's almost like the core fundamentals of life and the structure you need to live a fulfilling life. Because at the end of the day, what does everyone want to be? They want to have a fulfilling life and they want to be happy. And I think the topics that I'm talking about should hopefully open your eyes and maybe enlighten you into why these core structural values of life should be looked at and not overlooked. Because these elements will help transform your life from where you are now to where you want to be in the future, right? Everyone has different aspirations in life. Some people, you know, want to, let's use the same examples before, become a CEO. Some people want to just work a chill life, you know, as a farmer. There's no right or wrong in that aspect. It's about what you want in life and how can you hold yourself accountable to improve your life, not someone else's life. Not, you know, Barry who wants to be a farmer. I don't want to be a farmer, so why would I copy what he wants to do? I want to do what I want to do, which will be 100% different than what Barry the farmer wants to do, because I'm not farming right now. I'm not living on a farm, whereas Barry is. But we have different mindsets and he knows what he needs to work on. He's accountable with his actions in his life, and he's happy the way he is living a fulfilling life. And I'm happy living my life, finding the fulfilling parts of life that I need to keep me happy, right? Because at the end of the day, you know, you're born into this world with no emotions, and you have to figure out how to work around creating happiness for yourself. It's not handed to you on a plate. It's given to you through your actions and through your work that you put in life. You know, the more work or the more impact I have on people's lives, the more happiness it creates for me, the more it spreads around. Hopefully you have an insight now into why I think people need to look at accountability more, and mainly self-accountability. In school and work, you have most of the time people telling you what you're doing wrong. But it's when you come home and you're not with people, you have to tell yourself what you're doing wrong. No one else can. You're in control of your life, not your teacher, not your, let's say, your boss, you know, not your family. You are in control of your own life. So make the most of it, right? The ending quote today is not only what we do, but also what we do not do for which we are accountable. And that's by Molière. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.